Welcome to Stop Dieting and Start Living podcast. I am your coach, Natalia Rodriguez, and I will be guiding you to get in the best shape of your life for the rest of your life by combining my coaching experience with the psychology behind the human eating behaviors and some simple brain science. Get ready to be coached by me. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode. I hope you guys are awesome. In this episode, I want you to learn how to stop dieting during the holiday season, avoid gaining undesirable weight, and have the best time of your life as it should be. Before digging in, I want to give you a few updates. I've moved out of London and back to Zurich, where the family of my husband is. And while moving, my computer broke. And for me, this stuff used to be a huge trigger that made me stop from pursuing my goals. Self-sabotaging constantly. Like start feeling bad about myself, negative self-talk, overeating again. And I'm not going to lie, it happened a few times. But now that I'm more aware and conscious about it, I built some helpful habits. And I even managed to work on a few changes in my branding, surprisingly. So that is when you realize, once again, the power of habits. They really work. Because even when your life gets upside down, you can manage to keep doing what you were doing before with things that move you forward, keeping your goals in line. So, regarding my branding, I am no longer not fit for life. I decided to stick to my name as my brand. I find that it's easier for people to remember. So my site is now nataliarodriguez.coach. But if you still look for Not Fit for Life, it will automatically redirect you. That's the power of technology. On Instagram, I am now natrodriguez.coach in case you want to tag me. My email also changed for natrodriguezcoach@gmail.com. I will leave all these links on the episode notes in case you wonder. I am very excited also because I will have a new spots open for my coaching business this week. So stay tuned for more info on my Instagram or write me if you are interested. And with no further ado, let's get into today's topic. Holidays, yes! And this is a word that used to scare me a lot and make me feel all anxious. Of course, I will feel excited about it, but usually I will get all anxious about how I was going to face all the eating and drinking. And if we go somewhere wearing a bikini or taking pictures or even the costume for Halloween. In Colombia, we celebrate that. So I used to diet all the time around these days to get pretty and good for the costumes and the nice clothing and the pictures. But some years ago, I even let myself go, literally. Have you ever tried to diet during the holidays? It is hard. So for many years, I didn't want to diet. Although the guilt and shame was always present because during the years I dieted, man, that was hard. Food is all around you, even more from October until January, like candies, Thanksgiving, Christmas celebrations, get-togethers with typical foods from all those special occasions that you don't want to miss. But luckily, I managed to find the solution for it, to get to enjoy this celebration in peace. And actually, many of my clients had the chance to experience now, and they are very happy. No weight gain, and the end, they enjoy the time with their friends and family 100%. They stopped making this fitness wish every 1st of January and they had actually the space in their minds for actually living and enjoying the time with their family and friends. But why do most of us get so anxious around the holiday season? Why we all want to diet? Why? Well, mostly because we eat like assholes and we let food rule us on all those celebrations. Yes, we are focused into food so much and we overeat on every meal and every time until the point of discomfort instead of enjoying the meaning of it. The reality is that people may gain between 5 and 10 kilos from Halloween to Christmas and they don't lose that weight as they said or promised in January. So in 5 years' time, is when you start wondering how you pick it up that weight in the first place. Many of the people I ask is like, how you came up with that weight? I don't know. So, well, you should start thinking about this holiday thing because it comes from there. But what is with that attitude about holiday eating? Well, unfortunately, is when we are most exposed to dieting because the industry reinforced it for many years with these quick fixes. So you want to look good and stay fit for the holidays, right? So they encourage you with quick fixes that usually are super restricted, and then it causes a rebound and backfires you. So that mindset of diet, it will send you a bill afterwards. And that's how many people simply let themselves go during the holidays because they cannot sustain it. Like, yeah, whatever, it's holidays, who cares? I will start in January. I'm taking some day off work. I deserve this to myself. Like the vacation mentality. And then they get exposed to foods that you don't have access all year round. So then maybe after Thanksgiving, they came back with extra weight already and it's not even Christmas. So for me, it started always in Halloween. The whole month at the office, we had parties, get together, people baking cakes, bringing cookies, candies. I remember they used to dress up the office. So it was like a contest going on and everyone seems super loose and easy during the whole October. And candy is the best. And as a parent, you don't want to be a jerk, right? So if you're dieting and trying to be good with your chicken and broccoli, well, you find yourself kind of obsessively dieting even more in a place of scarcity because then you start getting these signals of, sugar, chocolate, and you may end up starting adding some candies after lunch. Then at night, you may find yourself sneaking into the chocolate candies that you bought for your kids' friends or for the neighbors. And actually, you end up eating things that were not even that tasty. But everything will taste great when you are so deprived, especially when you eat all day long, chicken and broccoli. And you are tired and frustrated. So it will start with candy and end up with whatever else you have in your pantry. Easily you can eat 7,000 calories in one night. I've been there, going through one sugar candy until finishing all the food that was supposed to be for my husband. At home, he usually has chips, Doritos, cheese, bread. And for me, those foods used to be out of reach. But when the binge started, I ended up eating all that by myself alone, trying to sneak in or staying up for a bit longer at night so he didn't see me doing it because I was embarrassed. I used to even hide the wraps from myself. That uncomfortable truth. Not a pleasant experience, I must say, but a valuable one. Now I can get to help people with this. Super uncool. And this is something that you will share with your friends or family. I think I never even thought to talk about this with anyone. I always thought that the problem was me and I was broken and I was doing something no one will understand. But the reality is that many people eat like this. Could be not such an extreme level, but most people need to realize that in order to be successful in having a well-balanced relationship with food, you need to exist in the gray area. There is no black or white. And with food, you need to exist with everything. You cannot hide food from you. You don't need to be perfect. And the more you embrace this mindset that it's just okay to be consistent with it, it will get easier for you. And the results actually will start happening. Changes will start happening. Physical changes. But it definitely needs some time to learn and practice. Holiday eating is a big obstacle, and so New Year's resolutions. It is an extreme mindset, guys. Go hard on the holidays, and then we are back on the restriction in January. A recent study about New Year's resolutions says that only 4% accomplish their New Year goals by the end of February. The rest will give up 30 days after. When I was working in a gym, I saw this. January, February, all the gym was super full. Then it start to get empty again until March, and it will be like a ghost town again. But why people stay with the same New Year resolution year after year? Well, people think this year will be different, but they don't realize that it is not them. is the plan they are using. They say they want to lose the weight and have a nice body, but they don't take the time to contemplate the plan, what they really need. So they just jump into the latest diet and start exercising every day because that's what they've heard or they tried before, right? But so at least you should make an effort to map out where you're heading. So you want to lose 10 kilos? Great. Contemplate what you really need. People don't even know what that looks like. So they just jump into the car of, I'm going to lose the weight. I don't know what the plan is. I just take the highway with no course, plan, and a way to get there. And their plan usually consists in doing a keto diet, skip the bread, quit the sugar, the Whole30, intermittent fasting, all those short-term approaches. And they feel so uncomfortable with their bodies. I mean, you can get pretty desperate. I've been there. So you will do anything to take this weight off you. But this doesn't work that way. And that is why you are year after year trying it over and over again. Don't you really think there is something wrong with that approach? And also, there is always an end date or a finish line. They need to lose the weight for something they are looking forward. I see this often, like a wedding in summer or spring holidays. They know it's around the corner, so it needs to be fast. And they want to go to the holiday season with that dress they want to wear. But if it doesn't happen, they couldn't fit in. So they tell to themselves, I told myself I won't do this again, and here we are. It is a cycle that never ends. Abusive relations with the food we eat. And the harder we do it, the worse it gets. And something in the back of your head reminds you that you have done it before. And that makes it harder to believe if all what you have been doing is failing. It's hard to believe you will succeed losing the weight. And if you lose it, it will last you one day. So you may think you try already everything. And probably you have tried a lot of things. But remember that your habits are your thoughts. So you think you've tried. And probably you have, yes. But the problem is the intensity and the unrealistic expectations. So you end up surrendering very easily. And that is why the fitness industry have sold us. It is fair to say that dieting, it is frustrating activity. And if an average person start dieting 3 or 4 times a year, that is a pretty good indication that we are doing a pretty shitty job at successfully diet, I will say. Again, leads to a frustration where why you want to try again. But people still have hope. They are not giving up on themselves, but something gotta change to things to happen. Like the summer holidays, the 4th of July, Christmas, these landmarks holidays in your country, you can't resonate with this. You can see exactly how these feel. You can't recall the diet that you were doing around these times, where you wanted to look good to show up for that reunion, to have those family pictures and fit in that beautiful dress or bikini. There is something significant during the holiday time, an emotion. Maybe see a picture of yourself and then remember how uncomfortable you were in your skin. How you promised you will be able to wear the swimsuit for that trip with your friends. And you wanted to wear that bikini, but you had to wear a turtleneck sweater and some pants instead. Or you even canceled the trip because you didn't feel like going at the end. Life can get very frustrating just because this topic, guys. But the good news is you don't have to keep that cycle. Why food has to do everything with holidays? Why? Why we do not appreciate the people we are with? How to get to act different in the next holidays? What you can do? Like briefly I was saying before, manage your expectations out of the gate of success. One of the biggest is drop the timeline. Stop focusing on the end result. Master how the process looks like. How it's going to be different this time. And the problem of the goal setting. Okay, you're going to lose 10 pounds next year. That's cool. How? I'm going to eat healthy and exercise more. How? Yeah. People don't see it clearly. They get until there. So you need to invest on this. You need time, money, dedication. So if it's not in your calendar, it's definitely not a priority. Taking time to go food shopping, time for walking every day, and making it part of your routine, exercising weekly, having a real coach that keep you accountable, scheduling your calendar, see it every day. Your habits are going to define the body you are right now. To start looking that closely, seeing where you have the opportunity to see small changes. Success are in those details that nobody pays attention to. People who do that have 40% more chances to accomplish it. It feels like a contract signed where you know the impact of everything. You need to give the importance that matters. In my schedule, I have Monday to Friday, 9 to 11. It's my time when I work out, enjoy my meal, enjoy those couple of hours to myself, no doctor's appointment or anything. And if it's not in my calendar, someone will take that time. So whoever better to invest that for yourself. Let's see what successful people are doing differently. They have good people that hold them accountable, for example. They have people that encourage them. Even if they know what they're doing, that reinforcement is so helpful. Like if someone is checking up on your meals, for example. We behave different when people look at us. So the successful people are surrounded by people that are lifting them up. Like professional athletes, they are always in the path of improvement. They have board members, coaches, people that influence that behavior for improvement to help them move forward in their careers. Physical therapy, massages, you name it. How long someone can be trying to lose weight, but how it will be if now they hire a coach. Perhaps it takes them less than a year. I mean, how much time and money have you invested in losing weight by now? And instead, have a coach that at least give you a plan adapted to you. We are emotional beings. Some people can be super analytic. I know a few of them, but most of us, we are emotional. No one taught us to deal with our emotions. So many of us use food. And guys, this matters. If you want to get healthier, if you want to lose some weight, this is the bottom line why you can't stick to a diet or you can't eat the foods you know you should be eating. So why is it so hard? Well, you need to fix your relationship with food. And this needs to be considered in a weight loss program. There is more people having emotional issues with food than super analytical people that can easily follow a meal plan, especially with a life full of things happening, economic crashes, the kids moving out of school, divorces, losing the ones we love, losing your job, this pandemic, for example. So how you approach weight loss, we are not robots, but what we can actually do for the next year to change this, to fix our eating and behaviors without regret or frustration. Well, have some guidance will be advisable. Build awareness. Build the skill set you need to prepare you to make it right with enjoyment and productivity. Make you feel in control with a plan that feels right for you. With the right plan, considering all the variables from your behavior and your background. With someone that can be a bit more objective. The reality is pretty much everything I have been successful in my life has been because I invested on it. And not because I woke up one day with all the answers. I work with my coaches that guided me and give me all the answers I needed. I went to school. I spent time and effort learning. I spent money. That is what parents do with their children. And I am an adult, but I am in the process of building a business, for example. I don't have all the answers. I didn't know anything about copywriting, podcast production, social media, or the things I should be focusing on every day. But we are here for the experience. That is what life is about. And there is a value in that experience on doing the things that really matter. So be open to have the conversation to see other options. If you hire the wrong coach, for example, and you tell him or you tell her, hey, I'm struggling with binge eating. And the person says, so you have to count calories. Well, that's not a good approach. Or you said, I tend to overeat during the weekends. Count calories harder. No. And that doesn't feel right for you, right? So follow your intuition. Find someone else. Don't get disencouraged. That can harm you more than good. Look, I hired many years ago an online coach, and there is when my distortion and food obsession started. She gave me some guidelines about what to eat and what not to eat, and some Herbalife shakes were included. We had a couple of coaching calls, but she was very focused on it, only blueberries, not banana, only yogurt, not milk, or stuff like that. Also, drinking shakes for breakfast. I never felt comfortable having to buy such things, but I give it a try. That never really felt right for me. I was looking for a sustainable approach, but I had to try to understand that it wasn't what I was looking for. And after that, I started to get obsessed and doubtful about food, like, should I have bread? Oh no, that's bad. Oh, should I have banana? Oh no, that's too high sugar. Oh, I can have this and that. And my belief system started getting confused in my head, to the point to start feeling guilty if I ate the banana or a bread. And those are cognitive distortions. I talked about this a few weeks back on one of my posts, because the things we believe without enough evidence, we let drive our life. So it wasn't my coach fault. I just wasn't ready for that type of restriction, and I started lifting weights. So a lot of magazines was telling me how to eat in a certain way to get the best results. A lot of coaches speaking about many things. And the thing is, when you feel like this, that's an indicative that you need the right coach. Someone that connects and understands your needs. So nowadays, with so much information, I recommend you to read their content first and feel if is a connection between you two, if you see this person really gets you. That taught me the kind of coach I didn't want it to be. I felt lost and not the kind of relationship I wanted to have. And that is why I talk to my clients on the phone. I want to know who they are. Every week is not the same. And that matters when it comes to weight loss. Every week, different things happening. So we talk about what was the struggle, the events, life stressors. So it's important to have these check-ins. And still many people don't want to talk about this. But in those conversations is where you will find the solutions to your real struggles. So it is valuable to have a conversation of what maybe you're feeling anxious about, or even to celebrate the things are going really awesome that are not scale victories. It is helpful to have someone that is helping you to move forward, and it is important to have someone that cares about you, if you're going to the right path. And with my clients, that is what I do. I give them guidelines. I am asking them, follow the path and don't focus on to be perfect. Just check if you are moving forward. I know how I used to feel when holidays were approaching. I knew I will feel out of control. I always had the best of intentions, no sugar, trying to be good with my protein, my veggies, until I was at the party. I couldn't even enjoy the holidays. Then I know this was not sustainable. So I even considered skipping parties because I was scared of not being able to control myself. I didn't trust myself. I remember last Christmas, I was just focusing on having one meal after another and, I can have enough of these, and until I was not able to button my pants. But yeah, like my client Diana, she used to pick up weight between 8 and 10 kilos every Christmas season. But last year, she went to her holidays like a boss, with a different mindset, not feeling out of control. She was actually scared to do the program with me during the holiday time, but it was the best because when the challenges is happening is when we can get back on the mindset and remember all the important things we need to focus on. So she managed to focus on things that wasn't food related. She went successfully to every party. She managed and went to a long holiday in France with her family, showing up to her workouts that she never did that before. Her family was shocked and they tried to disencourage her, but she didn't care. She felt awesome and happy, and that was her focus. She even agreed to cut her hair very short, something that she was avoiding because she may feel self-conscious about it. And now that is something very exciting for her, especially such a change to confront people that don't believe in her. So the reality is that losing weight is not just about the physical appearance. It is also about the ability to stop obsessing about food at every meal, not being tied to a diet forever, trading calories for exercise, and feel confident in your own body. When holiday eating is all about dieting, that takes the fun out of life. People don't need to skip that pie. They don't need to start over in January. They don't need to be stuck in a body they don't like. And that is why I created my coaching program, that I designed it because that is the process that it took me about 5 years to figure out to get my freedom and my life back. New spots are open now, so people can be in 6 months celebrating their goals, the best investment they have made, and start developing their habits now, not singing the same song on January. How many days are left for this year? I think it's 80 days. So if you eat 3 meals per day for the rest of the year, that is 240 opportunities to take a step closer, one step further, either to screw it up or to crush it. So several times to practice. Practice make the master with the right techniques. So I decided to do a mini launch of my program this week. See for yourself what happens if you try something different that doesn't involve meal planning, calorie counting, hours of cardio, no gym required. And the location is also very open. I have clients from the US, Australia, Colombia, Switzerland, London, etc. So this is for everyone, just to develop the skills to get you through the holidays. Will it be perfect? Of course not. Will get you closer? Definitely. You have several weeks to get the momentum. Enough time to work to create a good mindset. Extremes don't get you closer. Practice get you into progress. The old-fashioned way, guys. Develop daily routines, patience, consistency, healthy habits. This needs to be sustainable, not just for a wedding or for the holiday. And you never have to think about losing weight ever again. Don't take my word. Check my client's testimonial. Last week episode, I interviewed one of my former clients. She talked about her experience. And also on my site, you have some others. And for today's homework, guys, I encourage you to write down how you're going to get closer to your goals about getting healthier and lose the weight you always wanted. Do not give up on yourself. Not yet. I believe in you. Thank you for listening, and I hope you liked this episode. And if you did, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That will support my cause, that is to impact as many of you to stop dieting and start living. For more information, go to notfitforlife.com with the number 4. You can find the link in the episode notes. I am also very active on Instagram, where you will find tons of information at notfitforlife with the number 4. Have a great one. Lots of love. Your coach, Nat.